work week, and I got out here this morning, pulled the tarp back, and the water leaked in all over the deck. And I don't think it's going to make a hill of beans. I don't think it's still solid. Everything that I laid down yesterday is all good and solid. So it's just going to dry, and once it's dry, I'll get some more sanding done. Meanwhile, I checked on it, and that order of total fare should be in shipment probably by now, and I'll be having that by tomorrow, so I'll be able to get a little more work done up on the bow here, up on the foredeck. But in the meantime, I got some stuff I wanted to get done down in the cabin, and we'll see what we can get accomplished here until that total fare gets here. Yeah, this at this point, because this has been the big main thrust, I'm kind of floundering here, wanting to keep busy on this, but really anxious for us to get the rest of the fairing compound here so I can do some stuff I really want to do. And that's to top out some areas, to cover real lumpy spots and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm really anxious to get that here so that we can have an abundance of it to work with. There's a number of areas that need to be refaired, and until then, I'm going to kind of be floundering. So I got other work to do. I'm going to see you down in the cabin and get some stuff to get accomplished down there. You can see how wet it is. But like I said, doesn't really... That was fresh. That's brand new fairing compound right there that I put down just yesterday. Everything's just good and hard. Yeah, I think we're good. It wouldn't have made any difference if it got sopping wet. It still would be good and intact, just like it is. So, all right, see you down in the cabin. Good morning. Back down in the cabin. I did a couple of things first, right off the bat. I went ahead and pulled the mattress pad. For the quarter berth, the starboard quarter berth. I pulled it out just to check and make sure that there were no leaks getting in, going underneath it, and there are not. Everything's nice and dry, and because in the past, when I've had this boat even covered, water was managing to get in over to port, back in the quarter berth area, and I was able to locate it, and I put some caulking on it a while back, and apparently it is working. I don't see any back there now. In the meantime, I brought some stuff down here that's long since belonged out here, and so let me just kind of bring you up to date on what's going on. Well, Mom had this huge pillow in there that wasn't being used, so I'm tucking it right in here, back against the hull, and my regular throw pillows can go like this now. And that's almost going to be adequate for sitting back against it. I got another 2 or 3. In the meantime, when I just took out the mattress pad here for the quarter berth, I also took out all my life vests. And with the port quarter berth now being used for what it is, this just slides back underneath here like that. So that, life vests, and then we can do that. Let's see, what's another one right here? This is my very non-authentic throw pillow. Anyway, you get the idea. It's beginning to look more like you could actually sit back against it. And I've got a couple more things I got to do in here, but other than that, I've got this whole bag of stuff. Where is it? That belongs down here, and because I've used it on the boat, taken it in, washed it, it never got brought back out here. There's my skillet, and the lid that I custom made for it. This lid didn't technically fit, so I beveled the edge in so that it would fit. And that's a very nice little skillet to use. And let's see what else. Some plates that I use for breakfast and one thing and another out here. So These go back in here. Anyway, so basically what I'm doing this morning is just trying to get everything arranged in here to where when the time comes for me to go out, go back in the water, all this stuff will be aboard where it belongs. I think for right now, what I'm going to do is, I'll put those plates up in a minute, but I think what I'm going to do is go back in here. I'm up in the V-berth, and the port compartment, here's the galley, here's the port compartment, and I forgot what I have in here. I've already got some pots and pans. Okay, there's a cutting board I made. Yeah, I'm gonna probably take that out, that coffee pot, because I'm gonna just be using my little tea kettle and warming water that way. And then I got a cook pan, another small skillet, a spatula, and but in the meantime, that's where this goes right here. Oh, that's good. Anyway, if I can finagle this, that'll work right there. See? Okay, that'll work, and that'll work. There's a cutting board. I may put that up here. All right, I think we're good. Those things needed to get put up, and they're now put up. And I think I'm going to be able to fit this lid right on top of this with no problem. Okay, what am I hitting here? Oh, it's that one right there. That is good. Get that. We take that out, which we're going to take out anyway. We're good. Okay. Now I just need to sew that in the yard sale. Good. Excellent. And, yeah. Okay, that's all my pots and pans in there. And I've got some silverware over here in that little basket. So I think we're going to be good. All right. Well, that's the morning work in the galley. Try to get things where they belong. And hope it didn't bore you. Yeah, all these plates, my mom and dad for a short time had a really nice little camper on the back of Dad's pickup truck, in the bed of the pickup truck. You know what I'm talking about, one of those pickup truck bed campers. And anyway, that was all the dishes that they kept in that little camper. And when Mom knew that I was going to be working out here and having this as a galley area, she said, why don't you just take all those? I said, thank you, I'm honored. And nice little plates. Only thing is, I'll never use all of them. But they're there, and if I do have company aboard, I may just slim it down to just 2 or 3. But anyway, they're there, and I've got some mugs back in there, and yeah, we're good to go. Okay, so we're back up here on the foredeck. I'm going to try to go ahead and mix up a small batch and come all along the base of the cabin and do that. You can see where I took my thumb and just pressed it in and gave it kind of a smooth curve in there. I'm going to try to do that all the way along the front of the cabin here. Once that's done, I think we're going to be done with deck work for now until we get that new batch of fairing compound in. But right now I'm going to go ahead and mix up a new batch. You've seen me do it, so I'm going to not put that on camera. Okay. So I don't know if you can see this, but I'm just using my thumb, pressing it down in and dragging it along the base of the cabin here, using my thumb curve. By the way, I've got what they call button masher thumbs. That may be a help. If you don't have them, this may not work. I inherited them from my grandfather. There we go. We got some more to go over on the other end. I'm going to come back here, over here, holding this one hand and working with the other. That's good enough. That's good. I'm going to go over, all the way over on the other side. Over on the other side. Taking my thumb again. Get that out of there. Some crud in there. That is coming out pretty nicely. I like it. Come right around the corner. The thing is, that's already pretty much nice in the corner, so I don't need to worry about it a whole lot. Okay. All right. I think we're good. I got a little more on that patch up here on the foredeck, right in front of the cabin anyway. So I'm going to use the rest of this. Okay, but if you, okay, let me just come back along here. If you can see this, it's got a nice smooth curve all the way along. All I'm going to do is try to clean up that little berm I left at the bottom, and a little bit with my thumb at the top. So, all right, I'm going to shut this off. I want to concentrate on the work. Okay, here's that place I was talking to you about yesterday that I want to feather this back some, because it kind of came out as a lump. Well, not a lump, you know, just kind of a higher area right here in the front that I wanted to, but I wanted to feather this all the way back. So I've got some extra compound here. So just wanted to. Well, with all the shadows and so forth going on here, I don't know if you can see it, but I got a nice smooth roll going up into the front of the cabin all the way across. And I get that all leveled out back there. That's going to be much, much nicer. There was definitely a kind of a high area, and then a low back behind it going into the side deck. But that is now pretty much all leveled out, and it's going to be, that'll work out really well, especially when we go to sanding it. So anyway, good. We're all done up here. I'm going to need to do some cleaning up, but we're all done up here. That'll work. Oh, this is my baby. This is what I've been working on. It's that nice little curve coming up into the front of the cabin. And it's coming out pretty good. I've been working with my power sander here to try to feather this in, and it's not easy. I mean, I'm going to get it eventually, but obviously you want it almost to disappear as your feathers up in. But in the meantime, the curve, I think, looks pretty good, pretty good. The only place I've got a problem is right here, and I remember this. This is where I was sanding down. I was trying to remember which layer of the whole process I did, but I gouged right in here with a sander, my 6-inch, my old 6-inch, and so I'm gonna have to come back in with some filler, some more of this stuff, and fill that area and let it harden up, and then sand it smooth and blend it like the rest of that is. But you know, it's what I'm messing around with. It's all part of the process, and until I get the rest of my fairing compound here, and I'm sure it's on the way at this point, I'm not gonna try to get into this stuff, because I've got a lot of work to try to figure out where I want to put more, take some off, all that kind of stuff. So I'm messing with this for the moment. All right. Well, that's getting very nicely feathered up onto the front of the cabin. Got a little more to go. That was rugged there a few minutes ago. I managed to get that corner smoothed out. But by the time I do a little bit of finish sanding, by the way, that was all with big old 60 grit, and then I went down to 150 a little bit. But anyway, by the time I finish this out and re-gel coat everything, I don't think you're even going to know that there was a change, that this was not original. Like I said, I'm correcting that. This needs to be filled in and re-blended, but not bad. All right, well, that's good. I'm going to keep sanding. Like I said, I might as well get as much done as I can. Okay, so we're getting caught up on one of the things we did last time we were down. And I'm going to go ahead and add some bleach to the water in my holding tank. And I did some research. I said up to 5 gallons, I guess a couple of teaspoons of chlorine bleach. Keep in mind, this is not going to be potable. I'm not going to be drinking this. It's strictly for washing dishes and washing your hands, cleaning up, whatever. So anyway, this is just a little bit of bleach. We're going to empty it into this gallon jug here. And that's it. And it's not much. Not much, but this is all they say you need. I'm going to go ahead and shake this up and go add it to my tank and see how that goes. Anyway. Okay, so apparently you don't need much if it's saying 5 gallons and all you need is a couple of teaspoons. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out. Well, there's quite a bit. I have quite a bit in there already, more than I thought. Let me see how much. Hang on, I'm going to... Okay, well, I started sneezing my head off about the time... Pollen, by the way, is horrible around here. I started sneezing my head off about the time I was going to pour the other gallon in. It's all done. I've sloshed it around. It should be good. I checked the water before putting it in, and it's still good and clear. So I think we're going to be fine. And now we've got the bleach in there. And as I did last time, I don't know how much I paid for that thing, but it was definitely worth the money. This is a nice little piece of equipment here. So anyway, we're good to go. Okay, so this is about the 3rd time I've shot this stupid wrap-up video. This is the last one. Okay, so what the deal is, this is a wrap-up on this video, and I had one more project I did after, getting the bleach in the tank and so forth. What I did, I went ahead and went to a local business there on the Cape and asked for a donation of a piece of carpet to go down on the floor of the cabin. And they gave me a nice piece, but when I got it down, I said, no, this is not going to work because it's too light, and it would definitely show a lot of tracking in and so forth. It's just was not going to work. So anyway, I hate to say it, that's one project that's going to get put on hold, and we'll get one eventually. I know that I can probably go to another business up here and get the same thing done. But in the meantime, we're pretty much all done with that. I've made one more trip to the Cape since then and did some work up on the deck, and I use what I call fairing strips. That's my idea. I think there may be a technical term for it. But anyway, I created these rods or strips that went across the deck, anchored to the tow rail on each side, holding it down so I could see the highs and lows. And, mark the deck exactly where we're going to need to put fairing, where we're going to have less, have it sanded down some more. Anyway, got that all done, and that'll be in another video coming up in about a week. But in the meantime, that's it for this trip. By the time I got done, I'd had about enough fairing compound for a month. So, listen, thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl. We'll catch you guys on the next time down.